Okay, year 11. Today we've got a pre-recorded RE lesson and we're continuing on our topic of personal growth, life skills and tools you're going to need to use after you leave Trenton Academy in the summer. So today we're going to look at personal development planning. And this is basically looking at how you can set achievable, smart goals for yourself to achieve in the next sort of 6 months, which are going to set you up well for whatever you're going to do after you leave Trenton, whether that be, college, whether that be an apprenticeship, or whether it be full-time employment. These are things you're going to need to achieve in that time. So your title is personal development planning. If you could write the date down for me as well, please. And your starter on your screen in a second is going to come up some keywords and their definitions. I'd like you to write down the keyword and its correct definition. That's the basic level challenge. There is also a next level challenge where you can write down when you would demonstrate or use that skill, because all the keywords are different types of skills in a real life situation. And the top level challenge is to explain why each of those skills are so essential to employers. Because remember, we looked at interpersonal skills last time I had you, and we're really trying to develop that understanding of these key skills which you are going to need to use in life. So once you've written the date and the title, this is going to be your start. Now, I've done the first one of communication skills. Goes down to, that arrow should go a little bit further. The ability to communicate effectively, articulate clearly and appropriately. What you're going to do for these four is you're going to match them up with the keyword to their definition. If you get through that and you want to carry on, you can go on describing how you can use it in a real life situation. And finally, you can add on why employers want that specific skill to do that. So pause the video and have a go at them. Obviously, I'm going to want to see you upload your notes at the end of the lesson. I won't be going through the answers now. I'm going to look at the end and see if you've got them or not. So have a go at that. And when you've done, unpause the video, please. So we're going to look at two sort of key definitions today. One is self-discipline, which is something which I think is very underrated in being a successful worker. You can have all the talents, you can have all the qualifications. If you don't have self-discipline, you're not going to get where you want to get in your career or in your studies. Self-discipline is having the ability and determination to stick to the goals we set ourselves, even in the face of temptation not to. It's very easy to set goals. It's one of the easiest things to do. Say, oh, I want to get this in my GCSEs. I want to get this A level. I want to go and work for this company. That's the fun bit. The difficult bit is actually then doing the things you have to do, the sacrificing to get to that stage when the temptation is not to do that. So we're going to look today at methods in which you avoid sort of yielding to that temptation and not being self-disciplined. We're also going to create a personal development plan, which is a plan that you're going to create and stick to help you track and achieve your goals in a variety of different areas. Some people have very vague goals. I want to be successful. I want to be rich, without any real idea of what that actually means. What does success mean? What does rich actually mean? And with no concept of how exactly they're going to get there, what they're going to improve in the process of getting to that end goal. So we're going to create a nice and specific personal development plan and hopefully have the self-discipline to stick to the goals and also to see through the action plan. So there's going to be a video for you to watch. It's going to be on self-discipline. It's going to be on habits. Now, hopefully you guys can see that these lessons are designed to be as useful as possible to you guys over the next few months. I would advise you watch it all and you answer all the questions. This is so important to understanding what motivates you, what a habit is, how we make new habits, why habits are important, and what reward and action, what link there are between action and reward. An understanding of these is going to really benefit you when you understand why certain things are harder than the rest and how to get into good habits. Being successful isn't going to be a case of, you do a little bit of work here and a bit of work there. It's having those consistent habits over the rest of your life. So this video will be linked in the Firefly task below this video, which you're listening to now. I want you to pause this video, go and watch the other one. And can you answer I would say answer as many as you can. If you just want to do the red questions or just do the orange or just do the green, that's absolutely fine. But please try and engage with a good number of the questions, because it's really, really useful for helping you to stick to the development plan you're going to go for. So pause the video, have a go at those, please. So hopefully we now have a good understanding of what self-discipline is all about and why it's really important. So what we're going to do now, or what you guys are going to do, is create a personal development plan. So on the task attached to it, there's going to be an ideas sheet and a personal development plan sheet. So the personal development plan just shows you the structure of how it could look. So your name, the date will go on top. Then there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas of personal development. Now, you could have more or less depending on what exactly you want to work on. But there's communication skills, teamwork skills, attitude qualities, IT skills, qualifications and awards, and personal effectiveness. And for each one, you don't need to do 3. You might want to do 1, but you sort of want to say when you want to do it by. You don't need to write the teacher's signature on targets out. We do this if we're in class, but obviously we're not. Now, you may think, oh, I don't know what I want to set targets for myself. Now, I have created some ideas which are also attached on the personal development target ideas sheet. So you can use these to influence what you want to do. What I would like you to do for this task, folks, is I would like you to choose at least 3 sections: communication skills, teamwork skills, attitude, IT, qualifications, or personal effectiveness. And as I say, ideas for all of these are on the ideas sheet in these categories. Choose 3 of them. And I want you across those 3 to have 5 targets, development plans you've set. So you might have 1 in communication skills, 2 in teamwork, 1 in attitude, 1 in IT, and 1 in qualifications. For example, just have 5 across 3 in whatever order you want. If you want to do more than 5, if you want to do more than 3 categories, go for it. I wanted to set a little bit of a date for it, please. Now, obviously, you might need to adapt some of these for yourselves. So, and also, don't think just because your exams have sort of been cancelled that these don't apply to you, because you are going to be doing work between when you come back on the 8th of March and when you leave Trentham to help your teachers assign you a grade. That'll be classwork, that'll be in-class assessments, that'll be all the sort of things you'd usually do. But you've still got to work for the next few months. So, you know, you might think, oh, I want to get a 6 in maths. You can alter that to gain a 6 in maths or a 6 plus, and you get more. So for this task, I'd like you to, and you don't need to lay it out like the tables on this the sheet. If you want to, you can. And I'd like you to have 5 targets across at least 3 categories and at least 5 targets using that planning sheet, that idea sheet to help you. So that's what I'd like you to do for this task, please. A final note, when you're setting these targets, there's a little acronym to help you set good targets. There's good targets and there's bad targets. The acronym, I'm sure you've heard it on SPART days a million times, is SMART. SMART targets: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So a SMART target will be nice and clear as what it is. I want to get a 4 in maths. Measurable, you can measure if you get a 4 or you don't get a 4. Attainable, is it possible for you to get a 4? Yes. Is it relevant? 100%. We all need maths as a GCSE. And is it time-based? Yes, because there's going to be a deadline for when you get your results in August time. So every target you set, you've got to stick to SMART. Is it nice and specific? It's not vague like, I want to do well at school. That's not specific. Is it measurable? Have you set an actual line of what is good and what is bad on your target? Is it actually attainable? It's not like, you know, I want to be a millionaire by the end of the year. You might be, but it's highly unlikely that you are. Relevant, is it relevant to you actually getting better? It's not something irrelevant. It isn't actually going to improve your life. And is there a time-based limit to it? It isn't just, you know, I want to live a successful life. You can only measure that at the end of your life. So let's do something within the next 6 months or within this calendar year, so you have a point in which you can look back and measure it. So if you could create those 5 targets for me, please. So finally, I just want you to link these 2 things together. We looked at that video on self-discipline, and now we've created a personal development plan. I only want you to do the first level of the challenge, folks. All I want you to do is say, how are you going to use those ideas of self-discipline, which we looked at in the video, and apply that to your personal development plan? How are you going to use the self-discipline ideas to stick to that personal development plan? So just be a sentence saying, I will use self-discipline to stick to my development plan by doing whatever. And then you pick up some of the ideas which you picked up from the video to show how you will stick to your personal development plan. And that's all you need to do for today. At the end of this video, you do need to upload all the notes you've done so I can look at. I do look through all of your work. So thank you to those of you who are uploading your work. It does help me to see who's engaging and who is doing great work. So well done. And apart from that, folks, make sure you upload it, and I'll see you when we're back in school. See you later.